I'm Lexi. Let's talk about Gallant by V.E. Schwab. So Gallant was a very interesting read. I would classify this as like YA horror suspense more than anything. Definitely some paranormal nonsense thrown in there too. So let's get into the plot a little bit. Our main character is this girl, Olivia Pryor. She had shown up at this like home for wayward girls kind of a thing. It's definitely like an orphanage type situation. She was dropped off when she was 2, and the only thing that she has to her name is a journal that has the letter G on it that has her mother's writings, right? So she knows every word of this journal at this point in her life. She's memorized the entire freaking thing. So one of the things at the very end of the journal is telling Olivia to stay away from Gallant because she would be safer away from there. One day she gets a letter at the orphanage from this guy who is claiming to be her uncle and to come to Gallant. So the matrons of the orphanage send her away to Gallant to meet her family. This is definitely hella spooky house vibes. It was so interesting, like this whole mechanic of the way that the world works, the paranormal aspect along with it, the additional side characters of her cousin and the people who work in the home of Gallant is very interesting. The time period is very like industrial age. There are automobiles, but like there's no cell phones or anything like that. So it's definitely a very interesting time period for this story to be in. I had a great time. I killed the book very, very quickly. Like I read through all of it within a couple of days. I didn't expect to get so enthralled. It's also one of those books that there's not really a lot of good stopping points. And I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm not enjoying YA as much, but this was a solid YA book. I recommend, definitely, like, of course, parents, be advised if you want your child to read this. Always recommend reading books with your kids before you just hand it off to them and say, here, have a great time, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed this one. I would give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars because no, I don't think I'll ever read it again. Like, I'm good. I read the story once, and I just don't think I need to dive into the adventure again. However, I thought it was just a really interesting concept and a lot of fun, and I believe this is my first V.E. Schwab book. I've heard fantastic things about this author, but I've never gotten around to reading them. So I'm really excited to delve into more by this author. I saw there was a ton of books by this author on Goodreads, so if you have recommendations, because you've read this author before, leave me your favorites down below because I would love to check out more of their writing. Thank you so much. Have a great day.